is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. Here she is, Legislative Director Ambre Marr. With her, as always, not the Legislative Director, Jason Topsy. And, you know, this is coming out on Valentine's Day, so hope you got your sweetie something nice. But we're recording this on maybe the more important of the 2 days, Galentine's Day.
Yes.
So, ladies, grab your gals and go out and have a good time. Though by the time you're hearing this, that day will have already passed, so that sounds like an odd request now. But either way, we hope you're doing fine where you are. This has been a busy week, as it is every week at the Indiana General Assembly. So Amber, I don't know, do we just dive right into this?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay.
Because otherwise this episode is going to be 2 hours long.
Super-sized episode. And also, little programming note here. Producer Anna, not here with us. So the production value of this show, probably going to be trash. Because
she is on a much-deserved vacation.
She much deserved, and we miss her here.
Yes.
Can't wait for her return, but I hope she's having fun wherever she is. I mean, we know where she is. But
we don't maybe want to tell the world.
I got to tell you guys where
the
they
world.
Are. Yeah, the world.
Maybe the two people that listen.
Our dozens of fans want to know where Anna is. And she's not here with us. So I'm going to fumble my way through working this while being on the show.
Maybe she can tell us when she gets back.
Yeah, it's going to be she'll give us a good rundown, which also means the most popular segment of this show, Anna's Fast Facts, did not have her pre-record one, so therefore we are factless.
Yeah, I'm
today.
Sad about that, Anna. We should have pre-recorded you.
Yeah, but
then we wouldn't have already missed your portion after only 2 times of you doing it.
But we will be. She will be back next week's episode, where we will get back at the facts. So that's just programming note aside. We got that out of the way. Now let's talk about what is happening at the Indiana General Assembly.
Yes, I'm going to try to get through this without coughing.
Okay.
Okay. At the top of the week, our legislative team was here.
Love it when they're here.
Very exciting. We had a great turnout. And what we were talking about when we went over to the State House was House Bill 1174. Charges for supervised loans. This is not anything new to our listeners. If they are longtime listeners, I guess even if they just joined last year to listen, or well, maybe I don't even remember.
It seems like it's every year.
It seems like it's every year. It may not have been last year, but this is what we refer to as payday adjacent.
Yes, payday, not payday, payday adjacent.
Yes. So essentially, these are larger loans that would be available to individuals that have very high fees and interest rates. They are not conducive to individuals building credit. They will only assist them in the cycle of debt.
Which obviously, when we're talking about older adults, is not, well, it's not great for anybody, but especially even more so when it comes to older adults.
Yes. This bill, because, you know, as we talk about financial security, this bill could potentially threaten that for individuals that might be looking to take advantage of these loans because they do not maybe understand just how, I don't even know how to describe this.
I mean, it's just exorbitant fees.
Yeah.
These have a monthly charge, which, depending on the size of the loan, could end up being more than the loan itself that you end up paying.
So I think let's
potentially.
Let's talk about, this was in committee. It was held. Then it was brought back, right?
Yes. There was an
amendment to it, which only made it, I think, worse. So, for example, the service fee on a $5,000 loan is only $150 a month. Only, I say only, I mean, because wait for it. A service fee on $4,000 is actually $200 a month. That's the service fee. That's not what you're paying on top of the money that you're paying back. These are fees only. So I think that, you know, one of the things, the amendment did change things a little bit, but again, it really didn't adjust it that much. But I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
Hang on, folks.
I'm sorry. Okay, I think I'm good. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. I'm getting sick. Okay.
Look,
Ugh.
it's bad out there when it comes to the sickness.
It really is, and I thought I had escaped it. I don't know that I have. I feel like it's hitting me quickly. Okay, sorry, no sneezing. I did not sneeze. I lost my train of thought.
Fees. We were talking about fees.
This loan is not great. This
not.
loan is not great.
No.
So anyway, what we were asking, we focused on the Financial Institutions Committee because when they were here on Monday, the hearing to actually do an amend and vote was Tuesday. So our volunteer legislative team met with most of the committee members, and we really did just ask for them to vote no. Unfortunately, on Tuesday, when the bill was heard in committee for a amend and vote only, I already forget.
I want to say it was close.
I'm looking for the vote.
I'm trying to think if it was.
Oh,
I think
it
was
like. Down somewhere.
Was it like 7-5? Does that sound right?
I think so. Let's see. I'm just going to pull this up really fast.
But closer than the.
Yes, it was 7-5.
7-5. So just kind of squeaked by.
Yep. 7-5. Okay. Now it's moving to the full House floor for second. Anybody can add amendments to it. And then when it goes to third reading, everybody will get to vote on it. So
we'll see what happens.
We will continue to work against this bill just to continue to make sure that the financial future for Hoosiers is not affected by these loans.
Okay. So we'll keep at it. Hopefully we're able to hopefully, it doesn't move past the House, but you never know. We'll keep at it and see what shakes out.
Yes. And we are with community partners in fighting against this.
Yes.
So we are not alone. But it is moving.
Unfortunately.
So it's concerning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving right along. But thank you to our volunteer legislative team. Thank you to all of the committee members, honestly, in financial institutions, because we know this is not it's a tough conversation. And there are reasons on both sides. Individuals that are actually on this bill really do believe that there needs to be more options out there. So I just appreciate the conversations that have happened, folks listening to our side and, vice versa, us listening to their side and why they think that this is important. So just know we appreciate you.
Okay. Well, stay tuned on that one.
Have to happen.
Correct on that one.
Okay.
What's next?
Yes. Did we already show pictures of legislating?
Yeah, I was flipping through.
I missed it. Okay, great.
It showed up briefly there. A few of our volunteers.
Excellent. Okay. Moving right along, we are going to move to Senate Bill 1. Senate Bill 1 is now the omnibus bill.
Omnibus. That's
omnibus.
Omnibus.
Can't say the word.
It's a fun word.
I shouldn't have used it. People who can't pronounce the word shouldn't use the word. Okay.
I do it all the time.
So it's the big property tax bill.
Big property tax bill.
And if you remember, we had talked about several bills in the past that we are supportive of, including Senate Bill 6, which has our language in there for a property tax deferral program.
Yes.
And it got put into Senate Bill 1.
Okay, cool.
So just know Senate Bill 1 is now where Senate Bill 6 lies.
Okay.
Lies? I don't know.
Lays?
Again, I just shouldn't be talking.
I think it's lies.
I think it is too.
I think lays the place.
I don't even
lay down.
How do I function on a regular basis? Okay. Senate Bill 1 has Senate Bill 6 in it.
Okay.
The property tax deferral program.
Yes.
Which we are really excited. Shout out to Senator Rogers for continuing to work on this and Senator Holdman for carrying Senate Bill 1 and putting all the stuff in it.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's still going to change though. There are a lot of things in Senate Bill 1 that I think either didn't get in there that some folks wanted in there, and there may be some things in there that still some folks don't want there.
Yes.
I don't know if I said that right, but
nobody's completely happy.
Sometimes though, that they say that makes for a good bill.
Yeah. So everybody has to give up a little something. It's compromise, as they say.
So they say.
So they say. That's what they say. I don't know who they are, but they say it.
Apparently it's us now because we just did.
We're just continuing the myth of compromise.
Okay.
Okay.
So Senate Bill 1, it's moving. And I was going to look up the committee vote just in case, because I do think. Oh, while I'm looking for this, this is a very exciting update. I have my new computer.
Oh, yes. So for those of you that have been watching for the last 2 episodes?
Yeah.
And those of you that are listening, Amber's had some tech issues where she has had to, her keyboard stop working.
The whole thing. I mean, it started with a couple keys. I think most importantly, the 2 keys that went out were the A and the M.
You don't ever use those.
Something like that. It was literally the most of the letters in my first and last name. And then it just sort of went out all completely.
Just degraded quickly. And here's the thing is what's great about this is that's a legit new laptop. They didn't send you some refurbished thing.
I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens.
It's not. It's brand new.
I know. It's pretty nice.
It's really exciting.
It looks great.
I think so too. It won't look like this for long.
I'm glad that you got it up and running though.
Me too. Okay. That was just a side note.
Little side note.
And now I don't even know what I was looking for.
Full working keyboard over here.
Senate Bill 1 passed 10-3. Oh,
Okay.
I know what I was going to say. Because a lot, I think the 3 no votes were the Democrats. And I think they had voted no because there were some things that did not get in there that they wanted to get in there. And maybe some things in there that they didn't want in there. But there were parts and pieces that they said they were thankful for. So.
Okay.
Moving
All right.
on.
What's next?
So we'll be watching property tax language in Senate Bill 1 as it moves. And so stay tuned. Okay. Next, House Bill 1391.
This is a newcomer on the show.
Yes. Senate Bill.
House Bill 1391.
Is it Friday yet?
It's almost Friday. It's Little Friday.
All right.
With it being Thursday. As I've said before, it's Galentine's Day.
Bear with me, everybody.
We're almost there.
Okay. House Bill 1391.
Yes.
Services for the aged and disabled. I think, I'm sorry. I'm going to need to back up maybe. Oh, no. I didn't say the title to Senate Bill 1, but you had it up there.
Yeah. Property tax relief.
I always like to tell people just in case, because sometimes it's a weird name and you don't really know what's in the bill. Okay. So let's go back to House Bill 1391. It's the services for the aged and disabled. This was actually heard earlier in the week. We did not engage on it at that point. It was actually heard in public health on Tuesday. And so just so you know, Representative Clear is the author of House Bill 1391, and it deals with the AAAs, the Area Agency on Aging, and the areas.
Plural.
Yeah. And the choice program. So it does it was amended. So first let me say that, because the original version is different than the amended version. And the amended version is really trying to do a study if the area agencies on aging need to be consolidated. So they're going to kind of look at that. Do we need one in all of the areas that they have? I believe there's 16 area agencies on aging. And the other item in there is to ensure that the choice dollars are going to where they need to go. So essentially really being a Medicaid diversion program.
Okay.
Because choice is a state program. It's all state dollars. And there are different qualifications to receive these dollars, but it is for individuals to stay in their homes and communities. I'm going to need you to take over for a minute.
Okay. So while we find out how many area agencies on aging there are, we think there were 16. You were right. See, have confidence in your knowledge about this space.
Well, I just always like to double check. I don't like to give out improper information. Okay, so there's 16.
I, on the other hand, was to say whatever.
I know. Which is why sometimes I say we need to fact check that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So I'm fact checking myself. Okay. So House Bill 1391 is something that we are going to be engaging on and supporting moving forward. So we had a conversation with Representative Clear, and we will be meeting with the interim CEO, Hannah Carlock,
Okay.
around some of this too moving forward, because we know this has been a big discussion just around, first of all, around dollars for anything, because the budget, you're lucky if things aren't cut these days. So if a program is fully funded, that's a huge deal. And we know that anything could be cut at any moment.
Yeah.
But this is something that we would like to continue to talk about, to continue to be a part of the conversation, because there are some inefficiencies that are occurring, but I think this bill is a good step forward.
Okay.
So thank you, Representative Clear, for bringing it forward. I kept saying forward a million times, but it was actually it had to be recommitted to Ways and Means, and it was actually being heard today. So I don't know how it passed out, because it's being heard, I believe, as we speak.
So it'll just be a tease for next week. Make sure you tune in so you see what happens.
Yeah. So, and let me just see really fast if there are any other individuals that we need to talk about that are on the bill. But also thank you to Hannah, because she's been working really hard here. Oh, yes, Representative Ledbetter. These are the co-authors. Representative Ledbetter, Representative Goss-Reeves, and then Representative Shackelford.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. What's next?
Check. 1226.
This is also, I believe, new to the show for discussion.
Oh, yeah, this is the Medigap bill.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that.
1226, Medicare Supplement Insurance.
Yes.
Is the title of the bill.
And this is an interesting one. So in some states, they call this I think it's called this in any state, but it also references, there is a reason why it's called this. So I'll reference that in a second, but it's called the birthday rules.
Everybody likes a birthday.
Or they should.
They should.
Right. Okay. When a Hoosier enrolls in traditional Medicare, they have a single 6-month open enrollment period to choose a Medicare supplement plan, which is also called Medigap. Medigap is medical supplement plan.
Okay.
Once they do, they're often stuck in these plans because it can be difficult or nearly impossible to change. If Hoosiers want to change because they're dissatisfied with it, either with the provider or they're struggling to afford their premiums, they are subject to the medical underwriting. And normally they are denied because of that, or charged exorbitant premiums due to the medical history or pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So that's why we say that first time when you first enroll in the traditional Medicare, that single 6-month open enrollment, usually whatever medical supplement plan you choose is probably going to be the one that you are going to be in.
You're going to be in.
However, with House Bill 1226, it aligns with 9 other states, like Idaho, Nevada, Louisiana, Kentucky, that have also adopted this, which is called, they reference it as the birthday rules.
Okay.
And this guarantees that Hoosiers enrolled in Medigap can make changes to their coverage each year. The legislation is, and I need to look really fast. I believe it starts on the day of their birthday.
Okay.
And they have, I'm not going to say it until I look at the bill. Because from the date of their birthday.
I'll throw a number out there.
No, don't. I'll just wait. The first, let's see. I thought I had it. Yeah, within 60 days.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't think so. But within 60 days of their birthday. So then what you can do is that they can enroll or choose a different plan, provider, not plan, because in this bill, it's very narrowly focused and it limits them to move laterally. So they can only change their
provider?
Yeah, I know.
The company with which that they're getting their supplement through?
Yes. So they can switch and lower their premiums. But this is so that during, the birthday rule, on the date of their birthday for 60 days, they can choose a different provider for their plan. But here every birthday roll is a little bit different in these states, but just know that ours is you can only keep with the same type of plan, just with a different insurer, essentially. But oftentimes this will save individuals hundreds of dollars.
We like it when people save money.
Mm-hmm.
That's good stuff. Okay, you testified in support of that. I think I even got a little picture of you there. You standing at the podium.
Oh
yeah. Testifying. And what happened with it?
It passed 10-0.
Love to see it. Good work. I think it's because of your testimony.
No. I did get asked several questions that I had to follow up with the committee on, though.
That's good.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say something else. Oh, I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Representative Dan Chesser, Representative Clear, Carbaugh, and Campbell. They've been working really hard on this bill.
Cool.
And I think it will be good policy moving forward.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Senate Bill 513. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we have.
Okay. So Senate Bill 513, I'm just looking for my notes, is our retirement savings bill. And let's see here. Just going to pull it up. Okay. The state administered retirement program. Here's a quick update. Well,
it's a doozy, as they say.
It was a bit of an up and down, if you will.
A roller coaster ride, if you will.
Yeah. So Monday.
It's Monday.
Monday, the Appropriations Committee put out their
agenda.
I think something is happening to me. I'm like quickly going downhill. One, my ear is ringing. Okay. 2, I can't breathe and I feel like I'm going to cough and sneeze all at the same time. And 3, I'm like really tired.
She's degrading in front of all of us. So let's move quickly. So 513, this was Monday.
That ringing in my ear. I felt like something was going on.
Looking at the Appropriations Committee calendar schedule.
Yeah, it was on there.
It was on there.
But it said amended vote only.
Which is weird.
Because it had never been heard.
So we were going to amend a bill and vote on a bill that had not even received its initial hearing.
Yeah, but we were excited. I mean, I was like cautiously excited.
Yeah, super pumped.
All right, let's fast forward. So it was on this calendar. Said amended vote only, very confusing. Most of the time they don't do that, especially when the bill hasn't been heard for even the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. Tuesday, we learn, it's not real. It
was real that it was on the calendar.
Yeah.
But
it
wasn't real that they were going to hear it.
Right. They updated the calendar and removed it.
Boo.
Okay, but then the back up and up, like up, down, up, down. Okay. So then we find out it might be turned into a study.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Hopefully. I don't know.
Who knows? If everything goes like this, it'll be another down. No, I'm just kidding. Stay positive.
Go on this ride with us, won't you?
Okay. So here's the thing. They are, and by they, I mean the chairman. So Chairman Mishler is thinking that he might turn it into a study. We had the wonderful opportunity of meeting with the treasurer that same day on Tuesday. And we were talking about Senate Bill 513 because we thought it was getting a hearing. Okay, it turns out it wasn't. But the good news is that the treasurer was very into being the one to do the study if they decide to do a study.
Yeah.
So we then communicated that to Chairman Mishler's office, and we're going to stay positive.
We're going to see what happens.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The treasurer did say that he would talk to Chairman as well, talk to the chairman about it and say that, if anywhere, that study really would belong there because the bill puts that public-private partnership within the treasurer's office.
Yes. Treasurer Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a great conversation.
It was great.
Awesome.
So we're very appreciative of not only his time, but also the fact that he was very open to the study being within his office.
We're going to see what shakes out with this thing. But there was
I don't know.
Yeah, there was some hope there. Well.
And now we're back on the up, so who knows? Let's stay there.
Tune in next week to see how low we are.
How low can we go?
How low can we go?
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Next, moving right along. Senate Bill 313. 317.
317.
I know I'm bringing this up.
For those of you playing along at home, this is
yeah.
healthcare debt.
Yes. We talked about this. We testified on it.
Yeah.
It was amended.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think of what else I was going to say there, but it passed.
It did pass. I think it passed out unanimously out of committee.
Too. That's what I was just double checking.
There was the amendments.
11-0.
11-0. The amendments, I think, gave some peace of mind to folks on the committee that were not super excited about the bill or had some questions about it.
Yeah, I believe, let me see here. I think it changed the percentage of federal poverty level.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things.
And around the garnishment piece.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, I think there were some things that we would like to see different than what it was, but we also know that compromise needed to occur. So we're just going to keep talking about this and kind of seeing where this goes as we move along. But any step is a good step.
I agree.
Okay.
Cool.
So thank you to Senator Cadora. And I believe there are a lot of other folks on.
I think there's a few others.
Yeah, Senator Charbonneau. So Cadora and Senator Charbonneau are the authors. And then there's a lot of co-authors, which I will not go through. But thank you to everybody.
All right.
Okay.
We're coming up on the end here, Amber. Hang on. You're almost there.
No.
What else do we What else did we talk about? Or what else happened this week, I should say?
Well, I'll tell you what happened this week. On Tuesday, I thought, how is it only Tuesday?
I think that on Mondays.
I'm not that bad.
I'm pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like, is this Thursday? No, it's Monday.
Okay.
That is also a new, I think we have Anna's Fast Facts, and then we also have just us talking about how like time stands still.
Yeah.
It's
I think I'm just going to sit here right here and take a nap.
You know what?
Okay.
You can put your head down. I'll take it from here.
No, no, please don't. Okay. I was going to talk about Senate Bill 2. We have not necessarily testified on this, but we are in coalitions and have talked to committee members about it. Senate Bill 2 is the Medicaid Matters bill. It actually deals with the HIP program. Mm-hmm. So just know several things. It's a little bit more into the weeds than I think we can get into today. Two pieces in the bill. There are statements made in the bill that prohibit anybody from marketing this type of assistance.
Okay.
So not just the state. If you remember back to, I feel like the first hearing of Senate Bill 2, which was several weeks ago, Secretary Robe had mentioned during his talk that FSSA had stopped all like commercials, advertising,
like public outreach, I guess,
of anything from the Medicaid space. And it is actually written into.
Okay.
Yes. I was just going to pull up that committee amendment really fast because I was going to just say it out loud. Because the reason why I say this is I think it's important to, now if I can just find it. Because I think there were a lot of questions around this in committee.
Okay.
Okay. The following may not advertise or otherwise market the Medicaid program: a state agency, a person that has contracted with the Office of the Secretary under the Medicaid program, a health provider, a law firm, and number 5 is any other person or entity. So anybody, nobody. Nobody.
But you can't put nobody.
You can't put nobody.
You can't put nobody.
Yeah. But that pretty much says it. There's nobody.
It's nobody.
But I just wanted to draw your attention to that. Again, we are talking about this. We're having conversations with legislators. I think it's just interesting to kind of see where this will go. And Chairman Mishler was very adamant that will stay in there. He does not want any marketing of this information anywhere. So the other thing I wanted to bring up about this bill, I was going to read it to you, but it might be too confusing.
It'll probably be confusing.
I will tell you. So there was a 36-month cap in the bill for literally, if you qualified for HIP, you could only be on it for 36 months. They've removed that.
Okay.
So there is no cap. I believe Chairman Mishler stated, if you qualify, you qualify.
Okay.
You should not have only a specific time frame of when you are able to get these services. Now, I also wanted to bring one last thing to your attention, and then we will move on. Because, again, we are just having conversations about this. We're watching it. We're talking to legislators, et cetera. We did not testify on this. So this says the Office of the Secretary shall continue to operate the plan. They're referring to HIP 2.0.
Okay.
As an effect on January 1, 2025, until the effective date of a 3.0 plan waiver is authorized. So if you remember, they want to do a waiver for HIP 2.0 because right now it's a state plan and there's different guidelines. They don't have control over it. They have to, there's a lot that goes into it. Just know they are going to switch to a different type of waiver, or they want to, so that the state has more control over it.
Okay.
And essentially what I just read you means HIP 2.0 will continue to exist until
HIP 3.0
is approved and in existence.
Okay.
We don't know what that looks like, though.
Well, no clue what that looks like.
No. Because but it will give the secretary flexibilities, the chairman said, to focus on getting that waiver in place.
Okay.
There is the work requirement is still in here.
Okay.
I was just looking for that part because they said it was in here, but yep. There is the work requirement did stay.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
So I guess with that being said, we also will be discussing exemptions for that because I swear we talked about this, but maybe not. When this work requirement topic came up a couple of years ago,
Yep.
we fought because they did have exemptions for people that like why you would not have to be working while you're on this program. And we wanted it to also say one of the exemptions to be if you are caring for a loved one.
Yeah.
I believe it says if you're caring for a child that has a disability, but also we want to make sure that caregivers are also
correct.
An exemption in the bill. But it is not currently there. We will figure it out.
Stay tuned on that one.
Yes. I was just double checking. Is medically certified as physically or mentally unfit for employment? Is a parent or caretaker responsible for the care of a dependent child less than 6 years old? Is a parent or caretaker personally providing the care for a dependent child with a serious medical condition or disability? But it does not say an individual caring for an aging parent or a loved one.
Which is something we'll get.
Which is very important to us.
It's something we'll talk about.
Yeah. Okay. We can move on.
Okay. What's next?
Okay. We met with Secretary Ubelor today.
Who is that?
Oh, yes. Well, I'm going to need to look it up. No, I just always want to say, so this is remember, Governor Braun redid his cabinet.
Yep.
He put in the structure of what they refer to as verticals.
Verticals.
And there are a lot of secretaries.
Yes.
And the reason why I'm looking this up is because I keep wanting to just say NDOT, but that's not right. It's the Secretary of Transportation and Infrastructure.
Okay.
Which underneath Secretary Ubelor is NDOT,
Yes.
the Indiana Department of Transportation, the Broadband Office,
Yeah.
and the BMB.
BMB.
So that's why I always have to, because I still am getting the titles right. But it was lovely. We had a wonderful conversation around the public mass transit funds and how and why ARP, as well as other transit providers, are fighting so hard for some sort of an increase in the public mass transit funds because it has been stagnant for years. And inflation is real.
It is real, and it's impacting our transit friends and partners across the state to maintain a level of service that their communities need. So that's why it's so important.
Yep.
Great.
Okay. So thank you to Secretary Ubelor and his chief of staff who was there. Amazing meeting.
Yep.
And I want to give a shout out to John.
Okay.
from CityLink.
Yep.
Because he came
And
with us.
CityLink is the transit provider in Fort Wayne.
Yes. We are great partners. I know that our colleague Emily, who works in Fort Wayne, there's a lot that we that we work on together, that we relate to, aging in place, all of that good stuff. And so thank you, John, for coming to the meeting and helping us talk about how these funds affect you as a provider, not just you, but all the providers across the state.
Yep. Good conversation.
Yep.
Okay. And last thing. Or is that the last thing?
No. I do have a last thing.
Okay. What is it?
So, when did this happen? I wanted to just throw this out there. Yesterday, the Family and Social Service Administration announced that they are updating their process for individuals on the waiting list for the Pathways waiver and the Health and Wellness waiver. Now, let's do a quick throwback because I thought we talked about this, but then again, we may not have been doing these things yet because, we did take a hiatus.
Yes.
The Pathways program has a waiver to it, and individuals that need the waiver, which is services to stay in your home and community, there's a wait list.
Yes.
We were very heavily engaged in trying to get stories or having people tell the legislators how this wait list is affecting them, because you are placed on the wait list if you need these services, and it could be months before you actually get the services. So yesterday, they're all running together.
This week.
Yeah. The FSSA updated their process on how the waiver slots are being pulled down from the wait list. And I just wanted to let folks know, because this is in the weeds. We'll do a little bit more of a deeper dive maybe later, but just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. Effective immediately, individuals invited off the waiting list for the Pathways, HCBS waiver, and Health and Wellness waiver have 180 days to complete all required steps to begin receiving home and community-based waiver services. Previously, there was no timeline for individuals that were invited off the wait list. Literally, and there was no timeline enforced for individuals to complete all the eligibility and service plan steps. So just know you have 180 days to finalize everything. That's completing your Medicaid financial eligibility, scheduling and completing a functional eligibility assessment, and working with their assigned case manager or service coordinator to complete the service plan. Now, I have one more set of things I want to say. So this is the process. When FSSA pulls an individual off of the waiting list, they will send a letter to the individual saying, you have an open slot on the waiver. Do you want to accept it? Now that invitee has 30 days to call their AAA to accept that waiver slot.
Okay.
So the individual receives the letter. They have to call their AAA and tell them within 30 days that they are accepting the waiver slot. After acceptance, the invitees must complete the additional steps within the 180 days, which are the ones that I said. So 30 days from the time of getting your letter, you have to let your AAA know you want to be on the waiver. And then you have 180 days from the date of the invitation to complete all of your steps to get on the waiver.
Okay.
I just wanted to repeat this for anybody that is actually listening that wants to know about this waiver, because prior to the implementation of the 180-day timeline, slots were held open and unused indefinitely when an individual did not complete the required steps. So this is hopefully going to help pull more people off of the waiting list.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll wait and see on that.
We will. I think we're going to skip next week. Just kidding.
Well, we will. We are coming up. Next week is deadlines.
Yes.
For,
second and third reading. Well, committee report deadline is Monday.
Okay. And then there is the second reading deadline, third reading deadline, and then it is halftime. Yes. It is halftime.
Where I will be going through all 950,000 emails that I have not been able to get to.
It's a lot of emails. It's a lot of emails.
So if I owe you an email and you're listening, I see you.
Actually, she doesn't see you yet. She'll see you in 2 weeks.
Sorry about that.
She'll get there.
Eventually.
She'll get there.
Eventually.
So, yeah, so we got some, we're approaching that halfway point, almost there. And yeah, it's still a lot going on.
I was just trying to get the date here really fast. Okay. So the committee report deadline, like I said, is Monday.
February what?
17th.
17th? Okay.
Yes. And then second reading deadline for both House and Senate is the 19th. And that's a Wednesday. Yeah. And then third reading deadline is that Thursday. So once they have third readings done on that Thursday, they're all going to go home. We are like, there is no session. I'm
It's going downhill, folks.
Getting sicker by the second. I feel like you might even be able to hear me. Okay. That February 24th through the 28th, no session.
It's a week off.
Well, not really a week off. It's going to be a week
I mean, a week of...
I will be like diving into my computer because I know I literally have so many things. And regrouping, because after third reading deadline, we will scoop
Second
away.
half.
Yes, we get to scoop away all the dead bills, even though sometimes some of those will come back as amendments. But we'll actually get to, I can see clearly now.
The end. You can see the end of the road.
Yeah. I'm just trying to clean the slate.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I guess clear the slate.
it's
We're making up words over here.
It's part of what I do. Okay.
But I think that's it. That was my last check
Look,
off.
this was once again a lot and a lengthy episode. Appreciate you all sticking with us, and stay tuned as we get into the end of the next week. Will be end of the first half of session, and then we'll get into the second half, and all the fun continues.
Let's see. Because if you're thinking ahead, like me, because I'm
always thinking ahead.
I'm counting down the days. No, I'm just kidding. Only slightly. Conference committees can begin the middle of April.
Middle of April. And we're currently the middle of March or February. I just said middle of March. I don't even know what month we're in.
I wish it was the middle of March.
That would be sweet.
I don't really know, other than we'd be closer to the end of session.
That's pretty much what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
And closer to warmer weather.
That's actually probably the more important of the two things.
Yeah.
Warmer weather. It's coming. I mean, not today or tomorrow probably, but soon.
I don't feel it really. But maybe soon, because all the sickness needs to go away.
For real.
Or hope you're healthy, though.
Yes. Hope you're healthy where you are. Amber is going to attempt to get healthy.
I really think it's just it's a little tickle, I don't want, maybe we can keep it at bay still, but I don't think so.
We shall see.
Everyone around us.
So stay safe wherever you are. And we will see you next time.
Oh my.
I'm the Legislative Director talking about legislative things. See you then.